But I also wanted to talk a little bit about just kind of why I started the vlog in the first place, like what my intentions were when I first started. And initially I started it a year ago, and I really wanted it to be kind of like our journey with foster care and adoption and the challenges that we face as adopt parents, and also advocating for NOAA and FASD, and then also just kind of my health journey, in taking care of myself as a mom, and taking care of my body, including fitness and better eating and keeping doctor's appointments and things of that nature. And it's kind of all of last year, I wound up not doing any of that. It was the exact opposite. Instead of losing weight and getting back on track, I wound up gaining more weight and becoming less active as far as working out and things and exercising. I've just done way less. And so I want to get back on track with that. I just need to figure out the best way to motivate me to do it. I mean, it's not that I'm not motivated, because I am. I'm seriously needing to lose a lot of weight because it's holding me back, and I feel really bad about the way that I look right now, and I feel really I just don't feel healthy, and I don't feel like I'm at my best. And because I have so many demands on me every day as far as the kids, I feel like if I were in better shape, if my body was healthier and stronger, I would be able to accomplish more, and I would feel more energy and less drained at the end of the day. And so that's kind of my goal, is to get back on that path and find my way back to where I was when I was losing weight, and I was motivated, and I was staying on task with it and putting that as a super number one priority. And I think separating the emotional eating from wanting to be healthy is a huge thing. Just kind of teasing those two things out, because obviously my body does not need a Hershey's chocolate pie or an entire cheesecake to be healthy. It needs better nutrition and better sleep and more water and all that junk that we're supposed to be doing. But pie tastes so much better than water. And that's what's so ridiculously hard. And that is my coping mechanism when I am stressed out. Just hand me a bag of M&Ms. And as a matter of fact, last week, Rich came home from work one day and I was not feeling it. I was just feeling horrible, and it was such a stressful day. Actually, I think it was the day that I had the conference call. And he came into our room and he literally threw a huge bag of M&Ms on the bed and walked out, which was the nicest thing he could have done, because that was all I needed right then, was just to be left alone with a big bag of M&Ms. But that is not obviously good for me, and it's not going to help in the long run. So I really need to spend some time looking up recipes. That's my other problem, is I hate to cook. I absolutely, positively despise cooking, and I don't want to. I want to cook, if that makes sense. I want to enjoy cooking. I want to enjoy cooking. That's probably better. And I just absolutely don't. That is the last thing that I want to think about or worry about. I just hate it. I absolutely hate it. I just want it right now. If I want something to eat and it sounds good, I just want it done and made and ready to go. And I don't want to have to do a huge cleanup, and I don't want to have to do a huge preparation. I just want to eat it. And that's another unhealthy aspect, but whatever. It's just something that, again, like I said, I just kind of need to tease all of that out and figure out. I probably should just start going to therapy. But I don't have any time or money to do that. It just, yeah, there's just a ridiculous amount of stress involved that I know would be alleviated a lot by a better diet and exercise routine. So I definitely am going to be working on that. I promise. I just, like I said, I just really need to go and like get some more recipes and like find some things that sound good, and keep like a snack ready, you know, like when you have like your vegetables already cut up and sectioned out into portions and put in baggies or containers or something in the fridge, and everything is ready to go so you can just grab it. That's what I need to do. I really need to work on food prep, because I know that would make a huge difference, but I always add a but in there. It's figuring out, oh, that was a dead coyote in the road. It's figuring out like what kind of snacks I want, because, you know, like I'll buy yogurt with the best of intentions, like yogurt and granola, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll just, like maybe one day I'll have this for lunch or like as a snack, and it looks good in Costco and it sounds good in Costco, and then I get home and I'm like, I don't want yogurt, like that sounds horrible, and I don't want oatmeal, and I don't want like, you know, I don't want to sit and dice up a bunch of fruit. Like I just want to eat something. And so then, you know, it's like I wind up either having a bowl of cereal or toast or grabbing something from Starbucks, and none of those are the best options. And eggs make me nauseous. I like eggs, but they typically make me feel kind of icky. Dairy makes me feel icky, but I still eat it. Like I still love cheese and butter. And so, which is another reason why I don't feel good all the time, is because I'm always eating things that make me feel sick. But if I took away everything that made me feel sick, all that would be left would be like fruits and vegetables. And that just does not sound fun. There has to be a balance. There has to be some kind of healthy balance between eating well and, you know, eating healthy like 80% of the time, and then being able to indulge every once in a while the other 20% of the time. The problem is that when you have like an addictive personality such as myself, it's like an addiction. It's like an alcoholic taking, you know, a shot of whiskey every once in a while. It's just not going to work. And that's how I am with pie and chocolate. Like when I had lost all my weight, like once, sorry, this like person that's driving next to me is so close. Ugh, I hate when people do that. When I had lost all my weight, I had really like pretty much eliminated like chocolate and like high fat foods and stuff out of my diet, because once I started having like a slice of pie or a slice of cake, it was like I got a taste for it and I didn't want to stop, and I just like kept eating it. And that's basically how I gained all my weight back, is because I was just like, oh, I cannot stop. Like this is just way too yummy. And so it really is like a food addiction, and that's difficult because when you're addicted to food, it's not like something that you could just completely cut out of your life, because you have to eat to survive. But yeah, I don't know, it's so tough, you know. It's a really, really tough thing, and I'm sure a lot of people deal with it. And I have been rambling for almost 15 minutes, and I am going to have to cut this out and edit out a lot of this, because I doubt anybody wants to sit and watch me for 15 minutes. Either way, it's been cathartic.